The film's going to come up, and we'll start with the segment prior to the edit. And we'll want to pay close attention to certain places on the screen. This is the back of the gym right here. And notice this area on the ground at the back of the gym.
Why is the tracking so bad? It was fine before.
Is there a track on it?
Yeah, hold on a sec. Let's stop this.
There we go. I got it.
Okay, keep going.
The back of the gym is clear. There's nothing on the ground at the northeast corner.
Pointer shows up good.
And that's this area right here.
Right.
Okay?
Okay.
Now, we'll roll up into where the edit is. And when you look at it on the D2 and go through frame by frame into and including the edit gap, you'll see 2 frames left that basically are 2 seconds after where the tape stops and you go to black, and it's 2 seconds later, and one's a 3/4 frame and one is just the timeline portion of the frame down at the bottom, and then it jumps to the next view.
Is this the edit coming up?
The edit is coming up.
Okay. Right. The shot we had before, that's just like a little bit before?
Yes.
Okay.
And if you follow the timeline, you'll see the sequence of events, and then it jumps.
That's the edit. Okay.
That was the edit.
4 minutes.
4 minutes 51 seconds, and then we'll go to the back. Another interesting thing of note: the window in Koresh's bedroom is always lit, so to speak. It's very bright. Now we have
indicating warmth.
Objects, yes, indicating warmth. We'll have objects on the ground at the northeast corner. They're very light gray on this VHS copy. They're not very discernible. Right in this area. Right there.
Right there.
Now, those objects are more prominent in the D2 copy.
There's like a row of them.
Yeah, there's several of them right there on the ground.
But there's something lighter just behind them. Right?
These objects over here are bus seats.
No, right in front of that. What's the lighter?
That's just building materials, lumber, etc.
Where's the door?
The door is right here.
Right there, okay.
The back of the dining room.
Okay.
The subject supposedly came out here, came around the front of the gym.
Around the pool there.
Around the corner of the pool
right.
and the northeast corner of the gymnasium. Rounded the corner, and were shot from Sierra 2, which is back off this direction.
Right, okay. What sure helps I've been there.
Mm-hmm. It does.
Wow.
Now, as you recall, when we were there was a foundation poured for this side of the gymnasium, but there was no foundation on this side.
Yeah, right. And Koresh's bedroom?
Right here.
Well, not in the tower.
No.
Oh, I see.
The 4-story tower was here. There's a 3-story tower here, and a 3-story tower at the other end as well.
His bedroom was not in the tower. Okay,
no, I'll point that out in the next segment.
That was my error. I thought his bedroom was in the tower.
No. His bedroom is this structure right here that connects with the dog run.
Right.
Feeds down into it, through it, and down into the back of the chapel. This is the chapel.
Okay.
This is the front door area right here. Upstairs is women's quarters, downstairs men's quarters, and in this corner are offices and the vestibule area.
Right.
There's a tower at this end, tower at this end. This is the front. Now we're going to go to the picking up the armored vehicle coming from the T intersection, going directly to the compound.
Got it. Up to the driveway.
Yeah. Now, the footage before this, there was nothing happening for 35 to 40 minutes.
Okay. From about approximately, 10?
From about 10:52 to about 10:16.
11:16?
I'm sorry, 11:16, correct.
So that's 20 minutes or so.
A little more than that.
52 to 16 is 8 and 6, that's 24 minutes. So we had nothing going on for 24 minutes. Now, where is he there?
The northeast corner of the compound is right here, as you can see. And he is over here. Now he's pausing, and then he'll come back around over here. By the time he gets to the back of the gym, it's about 30 minutes.
So where's the lake that we saw? Up there, over there? Okay.
Off to the front.
Okay. Why has it changed? Why they just trashed that place?
Yeah.
It does. It look so much bigger than this.
Doesn't it?
It's bizarre.
Now notice the bulldozer blade on the front of the vehicle.
Right. Got it.
And he's up and traveling, and you can tell the blade is up when there's a shadow line directly under the edge of the blade.
Easy, it's up. Okay.
Now we'll want to look back here again, and we'll see our grayish objects, not the dark ones. Those are clumps of grass. But the grayish ones.
In front of the, there's a big row, a little row, and then in front of the little row of things.
On the D2, you can see them more prominently. They're down here. And as it comes around, it'll pick up. They're in this vicinity right here. And on the D2, now you notice the shadow under the bulldozer blade is disappearing. The blade is coming down.
Yeah, okay.
The blade is down. Now he's going directly for our objects, which are down over here, the ones we're interested in.
Yeah, he is going directly to a point. That's also interesting to note.
Yeah.
It's not like there's a certain amount of him.
Now these are the bus seats that he also caught, and he's rolling those out of the way.
All right, so he pushes everything to the side there, and then backs up.
Now the corollary of this, what you just saw played out, to where he comes to this corner position. When he's at that corner position, that's when the still photos start up in the time sequence again. All of this activity prior to this, prior to the arrival of the tank on the scene, and what took place prior to that. Now notice the cursor is painting the locale of the objects and where the tank is, and he does it again. Whenever he does that, that means there's something of interest that he's looking at. He's painting it with the cursor. At any rate, in the D2, there's more detail. You can see the light color gray objects rolling in front of...
Did he knock out the corner that first time?
Yes, he did. He knocked out the very edge of the corner. This is cloud cover. But in the D2, you can see the light gray objects rolling in front of the bulldozer blade. A couple of them.
Backed up.
Now he's backed up. He's taking another swing. Again, the cursor comes on to mark him. He's taking another swing, and now he's going to come over here and pick up the objects. You can see them even more prominently now as darker grays. As the contrast changes in the picture, the angle changes with the sunlight. They're heated from different angles. Now he's picking up several of the objects, and he's moving them into the interior of the gymnasium, right at the corner. Now, this important significance of the still photos is that the timeline prior to the tank's arrival on the scene, up to the point to where the tank makes first contact at the corner, the northeast corner, is missing.
We've jumped ahead.
Yes, we've jumped ahead here. These are my edits, of course.
Yeah, 10 minutes.
Now, the tank has now got the corner of the building down, and now he's driving up onto the corner of the building. The roof sagged up here noticeably when he made impact with the roof. And this will be a sequence of photos showing the demolition in the infrared. But the missing sequence in the still photos is also significant. Now, as you can see, there's been more damage done to the roof. He's driven up on it several more times. The tank out front has begun its demolition on the front portion of the building. Directly underneath this tower is the so-called concrete bunker, or concrete food storage room. Directly underneath it. And the tanks were trying to ostensibly make a pathway to get to the base of the 4-story tower so that they could insert more gas. Now, that was the FBI's explanation. As you can see, there's more and more of this side of the gymnasium, which is now collapsed all the way around, and more of the roof is being pulverized into rubble.
And the front tank is at the same time doing what? Knocking down the front door?
Knocking down the front door, punching holes into the dining room serving area, so on and so forth. As you can see, even more of the roof now is missing, and more of the material is churned into rubble. There's also the appearance of heat plumes in the rubble as early as about 11:20, 11:30, if you look at the full-length footage. Notice the south end of the east wall of the gym is still standing, as we can see here. It's still upright, and the dog run is still up. That's about 3 stories up at the front of the dog run there, where the window is. So now he's tearing out, again, more. There goes more of the roof.